fingers and cane sauce. Crinkle cut fries and cane sauce. Texas toast and cane sauce. Coleslaw and cane sauce. Okay, maybe skip that match. No matter who you're rooting for this summer, kick it with Canes for the games. One love.
Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
Noticing more dust at home? It may be time for duct cleaning from Bryant. Breathe easy and healthy. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Looking for the ultimate game day spot? Arbor Axe House has everything you need. Axe throwing, cold beers, and the big game. Whether you're celebrating a win or talking trash with friends, nothing beats the rush of sticking an axe while cheering on your favorite team. Perfect for bullseye beginners and seasoned pros. Our axe throwing experts keep the fun going and the drinks flowing. Step up to the plate at Arbor Axe House. Book a lane at arbораxe.com or call 402-802-9696. Arbor Axe House on the corner of N Street and Antelope Valley.
Your sprinklers are watering the street or flooding your backyard. If you're on a list that doesn't exist, it's time for Judson Irrigation. At Judson Irrigation, Lee or Lacey or Judson will make an appointment. You pick a time and they'll be there to fix your sprinkler system. Now that's service, a dying art these days.
Keep summer green. Call Judson Irrigation 402-420-6277 or judsonirrigation.com.
MHC isn't a new company, just a new name. Moe's Moving is now Moe's Home and Commercial. Whether moving across town or across the state, MHC Moving has you covered, specializing in home, apartment, assisted, and independent living moves. MHC can handle your commercial moves as well. MHC Moving has 0 hidden fees. You'll never pay for same-day booking or be charged for stairs, heavy items, or elevator fees. Rates are the same Monday through Saturday, and you will never pay a truck or fuel surcharge. And they offer payment plans through PayPal. Call MHC Moving today at 402-853-7167 or go to mhcmoving.com.
Play ball! Some places just feel like home. In Lincoln, that place is Haymarket Park. For 25 seasons, it's where we gather with friends, with family, and our out-of-towners who want that same warm welcome. It's where kids catch their first foul ball, where we're all neighbors for at least 9 innings. Because when Salt Dogs fans root for our home team, there isn't a single stranger in the stands. So come one, come all, and let your local tradition play on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com.
On the internet.
KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Welcome into The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Brought to you by Canopy Street Market.
Welcome to it on a Sunday, 12:05 in the city. The city that is Lincoln and an absolute hub for sports. It's a happening town. You've done that. Lincoln, Lincolnians, Lincolnites, be proud of yourselves for that win. Given the opportunity, you show up and show out. And we will spend some time today talking about that. And then we'll spend there's a lot to talk about. I mean, College World Series is going on. We will be back up and we will be back at the College World Series tomorrow through Wednesday. And then Thursday, is open to like weather. Because usually there's a rain day somewhere along the way that impacts things. And then we'll be there Friday. So we'll bring you all the action, of course, the updates. Great games yesterday. Great games Friday. Today, 1 o'clock first pitch, Troy and Ole Miss. And then tonight, 6 o'clock first pitch, West Virginia and North Carolina. A good old-fashioned back east battle. Them country boys playing hardball. Rudy Gress joins us, mans the board, and will keep us on time and in place. Several things as a baseball guy to talk about, and as a basketball fan and a Spurs fan, lots to talk about. And I have been specific in saying that, in paying attention to the College World Series, it's kind of the rebranding. It's the introduction of the world to Nebraska. For a lot of folks who have no other reason to find Nebraska. But they find themselves in Omaha, and those that have returned, who have been here before, it's a big deal. And those who have never been here, it's a bigger deal. So interesting to see the alumni from all over the country find their way to Omaha, to doing this thing. Everything, Don, you're 100% correct. 402-464-5685. The Charter Hammond text line. You want to be a part of what we're doing. Again, following on the streams, and we do have baseball today on the stream. So, on the brick and mortar. So you can find your way over to the streams and follow us this way. Greatly appreciate you doing so. Rudy, I'll ask you this because I tend to fall in my own space with it, and I have to kind of go outside of myself at times to remember what other people are feeling, thinking, etc. Kind sir, I will ask you, what is the highlight? What is the highlight of the day today? What in your mind, what's the biggest story, and then what's the co-feature? Like, what are you writing as a sports headline?
See, I think I would probably go for sure. College World Series got to be up there. I mean, it's the most important baseball games you're gonna have until tomorrow, and then the day after, obviously. But I think a big recap is going to be on the Knicks and what they did, first time winning in many, 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 many years. So I mean that's up there. I'll give them credit no matter what, I guess. But that's the one that I at least woke up with. Maybe that's just my bias because I went to bed thinking about it, but woke up with that in mind. And then College World Series is going on. So those are my two right now. I think you recap yesterday, and then of course you focus on the great baseball that's left to be played.
This is what's interesting, right? Because it's what's important to us and the thing that's on our mind. I think the story is Savannah Bananas. I think the story could be the Savannah Bananas. It could be Tom Osborne making an appearance. It could be the UFC at the White House, because that's never happened before. It could be Knicks winning a title first time in 50 plus years. The story can be a variety of things, and this is why I want to point out that through all of that and adding all of that, shout out to Louisville winning the UFL title over DC, over defending champion DC Defenders. Women's pro football, tackle football, is headed towards the playoffs. An epic Stanley Cup Finals, with an opportunity for the Carolina Hurricanes to lock up another Stanley Cup tonight, or send us to a Game 7 if Vegas can get it together, or that this thing that is Major League Baseball is having a year that's really out of kilter in every way. There's no balance, no understanding of how the teams who are playing well are playing well. Like every metric, it's a thing of beauty, right? To just throw it all away. That the best player in the NBA did not win the NBA final. And I think then we may have to go back, right? And change and have another discussion over how do you define the best player in the NBA? Right?
Yeah.
Because we could say that, quite frankly, the best player in the NBA won the NBA final. They won the MVP. We could say that. We could say that. But we had this conversation with the Celtics a few years ago when Tatum won it, but Jaylen Brown was a better player.
Yeah.
So, sure, that we're all over the place, and I have great appreciation and respect for it. for it all. Like, I love the fact that there's so many stories going on, and I'm thrilled. Let's go before we go forward. We'll go back. Last night with the Savannah Bananas in town, and for those that participated in this and were a part of it, so they got in town Wednesday, set up, Banana Balls Village. Thursday, Friday, they participated in meet and greets, autograph signings, pictures, the whole shebang. Played at Haymarket Park in front of a sellout crowd Thursday night. Great weather, exceptional weather, and a great crowd. Last night at Memorial Stadium, now they started the festivities, the real party of it, at 2:00. And when I tell you that to look up at 2:30 and 3:00, and it's packed. The plaza is packed at Memorial Stadium. Packed. DJs, music, all sorts of things, all the swag and the merch that you can get your hands on. Of course, autographs and pictures. Great food, like the whole shebang. There was a full-on tailgate. Mm-hmm. Full-on tailgate for the Savannah Bananas in Lincoln, Nebraska. And then they opened the gates at 4:30. And when I tell you, okay, so true confession, Rudy, and all of my time here in Lincoln, Nebraska, that was the second time that I've ever walked into that building and not be working. Okay. I don't know how to go to Memorial Stadium and not be working. Like, I don't know how to process. I don't know how. Like, I used the wrong gate, right? I went through the wrong gate because, your tickets were on the other side. So going through the crowd, trying to figure out which traffic to follow, like which line of people moving in a direction was the right line to get to where I was trying to get to. And I was wrong 3 times along the way. And then watching the fans. So if you were in the corner that is like where home plate was last night, which is where our seats were, that getting into that section took an act of Congress, quite frankly. Like, we had to call some people because we lost people, and there were people who wouldn't follow instruction. Because there's signs and people telling them, hey, only use this if you're going to these sections. Yeah. And then here's the other problem is that if the gate opens at 4:30 and you get in and get to your seat in those sections, there's a likelihood that you may need to get out and go to the bathroom and then try to get back to your seat, which is against traffic, but in the middle of traffic. And every person that tried to go to the bathroom slowed down the rest of the traffic. And then they would come out of the bathroom with the firm belief, a wonderful naivete that they were just going to jump back in the line. Like, because, hey, I've already been in the line. I've already been to my seat. I don't need to stand in this line. No, that's a no. It was crazy. It was crazy. And in the corridor on the concourse, it was sweltering hot because it was just bodies on top of bodies. And thank goodness, once you got up to the gateway, the breeze hit. Right? The breeze hit, and you were like, oh, hello, breeze. Thank you. We love you lots. And then you get to seats, and I truly professed there was no way I was just gonna have to hold. Like, I'm not going through that. Yeah. Like, I'm not going through that. But we met some wonderful fans, some group people, a lot of folks who are fans of the ticket. The Eric Crouch first pitch, he could have used the Rudy Gress coaching clinic on throwing first pitch. Oh no. Well, he said after, look, I haven't thrown a baseball in forever. So it's a thing. Like I'm not sure how I would do, quite frankly.
Yeah.
Like if somebody just said for the first time, like I would be one of the ones that I would practice.
Yeah.
I would practice the entire weekend. I don't know when Krause found out. But you think quarterback, throwing motion, simplicity, but the throwing motions are very different. So there was that. Magic. There were several magic moments. And the Bananas do a really good job of pulling in heroes and giving them their moment, applauding, fire chief captains, except police captains. And then, folks who were adopting young folks in the Lincoln area. And then the appearance of the legend, Coach Tom Osborne. And you're in center field, which is the far end, so the normal tunnel that people come out of for a football game, but that's the opposite end of the stadium. So we were immediately thinking, oh, please tell us they're not making him walk all the way from one end to the other. But of course, no. They had the cart and drove him around, full high fives, hand slaps, and other. And it was wonderful, the reception. Like, and I would have loved to have asked him, like, what do you think of this stadium, this field with your name on it, hosting baseball, and there's 85,000 folks here? Like, that's just crazy. But then I also asked this question, Rudy. So it was 197 down the left field line. Now, nobody came. It wasn't like anybody was hitting like 205-foot fly balls and then got out. Now, if the people who hit it out the left hit rockets, like it's dead full yank, like the whole shebang would have been gone anywhere. But I thought that you put the fence, and the fence surrounded the whole stadium. That I thought and was curious, why wouldn't you do baseball? If you can put the field into play, why would you not do softball and try to see if you can break the attendance record? Yes, it's a lot of work, a lot of money, but yeah.
That would, like, especially with this year that we just had, it's like obviously volleyball did it and everything, and that was amazing. I was there, so that's a whole nother level. But yeah, like they've showed that they can do softball. I mean, it's not too much of a difference from the size that they had, like you said, to left field either. So I mean,
well, a 200-foot bomb down the left field line for softball is a shot.
That would be insane, right?
Like I with the best player in the country, I thought that would have been a really good thing. Now, who's to say that it doesn't happen in the future? But at least you know how much work would be required. Don says the kid corny race. They had the corny race, which was the adults. Then they had the kids race, which was spectacular because there was one kid that basically was Usain Bolt and just blistered everybody. Like there was one kid who was moving, everybody else was chilling. That one kid was like, I need to go and see my mama. Like, I don't know what y'all are doing. None of my business. But then there's also, they had a turtle race. So they had a race where they had a baby against the turtle. Now, this is a large turtle. This is huge.
Okay.
And then you realize that there's a turtle who's living the Bananas life as well.
Yeah.
He travels with the team. Now, I'm pretty sure that means that he's got a keeper. He gets free food, right? Mm-hmm. He gets pampered, like whatever he needs. He has to be healthy, right? And he goes wherever the Bananas go. So there's a turtle who's living a better life than a lot of minor league baseball players. Yep. That turtle is living. That turtle is living and has seen and got cheered on by 85,000 people. Like, how many minor league players never get to play in front of 85,000, right? So we're like, okay, the turtle's awesome, right? This is just spectacular. And then they did the banana toss, which was various points of the crowd, and pretty amazing. Yeah, I did. 843 says, please softball. Yeah, I don't know why you wouldn't. It's on turf, so there's that. And then as we saw last night, putting in the fence for baseball means you know how to put the fence in for softball, and you just would circle it around the outfield at 200 feet or 230 or whatever the number was. And then you realize that it had good sight lines from wherever you were. So even the people who were in the far end zone had great sight lines, right? So it wasn't, plus you had the large screen and then the 4 screens at the corner, and you had all that. And it just seemed to me like the easy thing to do would get 40,000. I don't know what the college softball attendance record would be, but I would imagine that Nebraska could break it.
Oh, yeah.
In a variety of ways. So John Corton said you have to move like the first third. The middle get led a bit straight, trusting the hurt. Yeah, here's my thing. Anything that we talk about in sports or entertainment, there's a third, right? That people would be for it, people would be against it, and then the people in the middle who will ultimately sway the needle. But it just seemed to me that a Jordy Fromm-led Husker team that was, top 5 in the country playing, let's say it played Creighton, right? Or it played Kearney or Wesley, right? And you had 2 games back-to-back, 7 innings at Memorial Stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I would think that would draw, like you could fill the lower bowl, but I don't know why you wouldn't fill the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, I think it would sell. And there were one that was, the price point was perfect, right? If you're going to a Savannah Banana Games, every ticket's $35 until the secondary market gets to it. But that's not really the concern. If you're selling 85,000 seats for softball and you had a tournament. So let's say you had a tournament. And yeah, you probably want to win, but not necessary. You could invite Texas, right? Florida, Arizona, and have them say, hey, why don't you come and be a part of the greatest day of softball in the history of college athletics, right? To play in that space and play in that building, and know that none of those programs, as good as those programs are, have ever played in front of 85,000, right? So why not do that? And it's the thing where you hope Nebraska athletics, Trev Albert said that we're never going to be first, but we definitely won't be last. And I always shook my head at that. Sometimes, Nebraska is a pioneer state. It's a pioneer state. It's not a settler state. It's a pioneer state. And you have to look at it that way. But I think it would be amazing. And listen, if we said 80,000 at $30 a ticket, right? That's $2.4 million in the gate.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's concession, et cetera, et cetera. So if you're talking NIL money, you say to each school, hey, there'll be a split, whatever version of it. But all of the concessions go to Nebraska, right?
Oh, yeah.
You did it for volleyball, right? And quite frankly, I think you could have that volleyball tournament out there too. Now there's some difference because weather, right? You never really know what that is. But I'd be curious as to how that plays, right? I would like to be in the room where that conversation took place.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, you listeners, tell me whether you would be up for going to a softball game, even if it's an exhibition game after the season's over or before the season starts, right? You're not going to do it during football season because you don't want to, you don't want to scrunch up the field, but you could do a postseason or you could do an early season, but then you got to deal with weather.
Yep.
Right. But if it's turf, it's a little bit more, but it's cold and nobody wants to. If you're Texas, Arizona, and you're Florida, you're playing in warm weather. You don't want to come here and do that. So that's a thing. But I just found it interesting. And I thought on the night, one, to see what it looked like and what the process was, how the fans handled that. I didn't hear anybody complain about being upper deck. I didn't hear anybody complain about being at the far end of the stadium. I didn't. Great pictures, great videos. And they sang along. Shout out to the DJ too. That DJ, go ahead, man, do your thing. So all in all, to score it on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being highest, that's a 10. Nice. It's really a 9-9. In other cities, they will have a Husker alumni come in and guest pitch, and they'll have a Husker alumni to guest pinch hit. They didn't do that, and I don't know why. And then some of the other cities, I saw them in Chicago, and in the 7th inning, it's a Chance the Rapper's concert.
Nice.
And hey, man, it's a concert. It wasn't like, I don't know who Nebraska's musician would have been, but I certainly think they could have found some Huskers to swing the bat and throw pitches. Jabba did it Thursday. I would have saved it Thursday and done it Saturday. But I understand. So, all right, we'll go to our first break. We'll talk about last night in San Antonio. We'll talk about what's next in Omaha and what's in Omaha today. What happened last night was pretty interesting as well. Lots to talk about. We're on the Breeze on the Ticket.
Hey, baseball fans, join the Blur Tailgate at Hilton Omaha this June for their 14th annual hospitality event during the College Baseball Championship Series. Book an experience for your clients or employees with an exclusive bar, buffet, TVs, music, and tailgate games. Secure your spot today and let Blur Events take care of all the work so you can enjoy the day. Plus, they're just steps away from Charles Schwab Field. Visit blurevents.com to book your group, buy tickets, or learn about sponsorships. That's blurevents.com, your college baseball and football tailgate destination.
Things that impair you come in many different shapes and sizes. Some are the shape of beer and liquor bottles. Others look like cigarettes but aren't cigarettes at all. These are the things we know impair us, the things our parents warned us about. What we're not always aware of is our new prescription or the over-the-counter medicine we picked up just for allergies or a bad cold. See, it doesn't just matter how much of a substance you take. If you are impaired, driving is deceptively dangerous. Don't drive impaired. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
You started your business to build something special. Now it's time to grow and protect it. At Pinnacle Bank, our treasury management services help you do just that. Through smarter payment technology, account administration, and fraud protection. So no matter the size of your business, you can get the most out of your financial operations. Request your free consultation at pinbank.com/consult. Pinnacle Bank. The way banking should be. Member FDIC.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long. On the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Start your engine. The Nebraska Lottery announces the NASCAR Powerball, the Chase to 1 Million promotion. Until June 22nd, buy $2 of Powerball and you'll get a voucher. Enter the voucher number online and you could be Nebraska's semifinalist in this high-speed big money contest. And in this victory lane, you could win $1 million. Tighten your seatbelt and enter today. Powerball top prize odds 1 in 292 million.
This summer, as the world watches the pitch, Raising Cane's is serving up the best matches all tournament long, like chicken fingers and cane sauce. No matter who you're rooting for this summer, kick it with Cane's for the games. One love.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close-up like never before. To purchase tickets or to sign up for volunteer opportunities, please visit www.lincolnchallenger.com. Not just a stop, a stage. Lincoln Challenger 2026.
Hey everyone, it's Brie Marie. Join me and James Rowland every Sunday night at 7 p.m. from April through August for the Finish Line. We'll do laps around the headlines in dirt track racing, let the rubber meet the road for NASCAR news, and talk with special guests, including your favorite local drivers and racing personalities. That's the Finish Line, Sunday at 7 p.m. all summer long on 93.7 The Ticket.
Is your technology built for where you are or for where you're going? Can your current technology support future growth? To break through that invisible ceiling, you need executive-level strategic technology advising. Moser can help your business grow appropriately and efficiently, giving you the ability to turn your tech stack from a cost center into a growth engine. Visit moserit.com/theticket. That's moserit.com/theticket to learn more.
If one of the things running through your mind as a business owner is the recurring worry of possible cyber attacks, you can let out a sigh of relief. Hamilton Business Technologies has you covered. As the official business IT partner of the Huskers, we offer real-time threat monitoring, advanced security protocols, and more to keep your data safe from harm. We care about the success of Nebraska businesses and communities like yours. Learn how we can help you at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
Some people are looking to buy their very first home. Others are looking to build. And some are refinancing to make what they have work a little better. But the one thing they all need? A personal guide through the mortgage process. At Pinnacle Bank, our local lenders work closely with you to find the right kind of loan and the best rates possible. Because every path home deserves someone by your side. Find your lender today with Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Schwezo Construction, safety isn't just a policy, it's a promise. Build with us. Work safe, go home proud. We're hiring skilled craftsmen, laborers, concrete workers, and steel erectors who value quality work and a team that has your back, on and off the job site. If you're ready to be part of a company where your safety and success come first, visit Schwezo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com and apply today. Schwezo Construction, 40 years strong and still building the future.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back. Rudy Grace the fourth, holding it down. Also be back. Actually, next week, I believe we're having Pete Ferguson's going to do a special 2-hour Sunday next week. I have to confirm that because I think if he does, it may free my way for me to either go to Salt Lake or DC.
Nice.
Listen. It's been a lot. So we'll see how that goes. 1627 says the largest attendance in softball is 13,207. That would have been shattered here at Memorial Stadium. Matter of fact, you could just do the seating that they had last night for Bananas behind home plate and down each line, and that would surpass what that 13,000 is. And they certainly would sell it. I was talking to Rudy about it during the break. There are a couple of things. It requires some creative thinking, but quite frankly, they haven't, to my knowledge, and text line, let me know if I'm wrong. Have they played softball at Haymarket? Have they played a Husker softball game at Haymarket just for attendance sake? Like to get the gate, the best gate in Nebraska softball history. Currently 5,000, 3,000, 3,500, something like that. You would definitely get that at Haymarket. All you need is a fence and regulation, move the bases, right? But the bases are doable. We saw that last night. That would be a thing. And then the other thing, you could use it to raise funds for NIL. And not only that, but for the programs that are participating, they would receive a portion of the gate. And then a portion of the concessions, right? So as you did the volleyball event last year, some of that money went to NIL and revenue share. I would imagine that you could do the same thing for softball. And then the final thing, if you had a state softball tournament event, exhibition, that all the returning players in the state of Nebraska for softball. So every school in Bellevue, Doane, like whoever has programs, you could do an all-star game to raise funds for each of those, and you can get based on proportion, right? Because quite frankly, whatever that number is, that'd be the biggest crowd that Wesleyan had ever played in front of, right? Mm-hmm. And then what if you did that for baseball at Haymarket?
Yeah.
Did you ever get to play at Haymarket?
I did not.
Oh, wouldn't that have been pretty cool?
Oh, that would have been awesome, yeah.
Right? Wouldn't you have an invitational, sometime, and again, weather, difficulty, right? Mm-hmm. It's always a thing, right? Even for the Huskers. But if you had one weekend while the Huskers were on the road and you had a Wesleyan invitational at Haymarket Park, that'd be pretty cool. Mm-hmm. you'd have to rebrand some things, but that wouldn't take you much work. I wouldn't, and then I think an all-star game would be wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
Right? A state tournament all-star game, you could do NIL and NIL exhibition for, top returning juniors, right, in softball.
Mm-hmm.
And they all get to play at Bowling or Haymarket Park. I think people would come, right, and see what this was. But, again, this is where I get in my space. Having been around the country, you see what other people have done. And I know that people who may not know it, but there are ways to generate some money. 8438 says this, open to it. 40,000 sells out, do more. Or what about at Salt Dogs? Yep. Read my mind. Yeah. That's where it is, right? That it requires some work. But I'm okay with that. Oh man, the texture's coming after you, bro. Yeah, Bill and Bennett says, how about the Georgia pitcher that pitched a complete game with 15 Ks last night and a 7-1 win over Texas? Sorry, Rudy.
Yeah.
This wasn't a fun sports weekend for
No,
you.
yeah. I think it's just my sports karma from the softball weekend now. So I'm taking the punches now. But yeah, that was a bad little span of a couple hours for me last night.
The Horns put up 4 hits.
Yeah. 2 of them came from one of the same guys too. And that does not, horrible show.
4 hits for Texas, 5 for Alabama. All right. So wasn't a good night for either program. And again, Troy and Ole Miss will get at it today at 1, West Virginia, North Carolina in the night game. And then tomorrow when we head back to Omaha, game 1 of the day will be Alabama versus Texas at 1 and Georgia and Oklahoma at 6 o'clock. So I would imagine that Blur is going to be packed.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'd suggest for you is to go to blurevents.com/Omaha. Go to the link, get your tickets. Different packages, different prices. Figure out what you want to do and come hang out, in between games, before games as well. Rudy, as a Spurs fan, what is the headline? What is your take about last night and the final with the Knicks?
I think it's obviously I'm not going to ever be happy about losing the finals, but I think we kind of heard it all. The finals about the Spurs, they're ahead of where they want to be, and they're a young team and they were in the lottery last year, and that's great. But at the end of the day, you were in the finals, you had your chance, and I think it just came down to, like you mentioned when we were at Blur this past weekend or on Friday, that the hardest thing to do in sports is close out and finish games, and I think that was their problem. I mean, you're up 29 in one game and blow that lead. You're up last night for a majority of the game, blow that lead. So I think they're in a good spot, at least in terms of what I hope they can build from this. But I also think it's that hopefully that comes with maturity and more of experience throughout there. But yeah, it just felt like they gave the Knicks way more than the Knicks had to take. And I think that, and it's not even to discredit the Knicks because they showed that they can take advantage of mistakes, which is huge in any sport. But I think the Spurs played some pretty subpar basketball, especially when it mattered the most towards the end. Missed free throws, dumb fouls, just, I don't know. They really looked out of character, but at the same time, that was what they were doing all finals. So, I mean, it didn't not surprise me. It was the same stuff every game. They had the lead. I think they were leading 65% of all the finals games, and they won one game. So, I mean, hopefully they bounce back, but next year. But yeah, I mean, you still got, like Wemby said, 100 games until the finals next year. Who knows what's going to happen? So it was bad. It was bad.
Are you satisfied with Wemby's response?
To an extent. I mean, I didn't want to see him like going crazy or anything, but for someone that's kind of built this passionate and all this, I feel like it didn't not affect him, and I'm sure it did. Obviously, you know, when you lose the finals, it doesn't affect you, but the way he kind of handled it, it was like, yeah, it is what it is. And then at the end, I don't know if you saw when he left the presser, he was like, all right, like, see you never. And it's like, not that he's making jokes or anything, but it's like, we just lost. Like, there's no reason I should be taking this loss harder than you right now. And again, maybe that's a leadership thing. Maybe he's mentally a little better than I think there, but I don't know. It kind of just seemed like it didn't phase him too much. And maybe that'll be a good thing. Who knows? But yeah, I mean, the way he walked off that court last night too, didn't shake a hand, didn't do nothing. So, I mean, he's an interesting guy to read, but I think he'll use the fuel for it, but also I know the way he handled himself this postseason, whether it was some dirty, questionable plays every now and then his responses. He's not really a fan favorite right now outside of San Antonio, so we'll see if that affects him next year. That'll be interesting to follow with, but I don't know. I wanted him to at least dig a little deeper into some of these responses last night.
Yeah, you want your players, especially your leaders, to be forward thinking. You cannot be caught up in the moment. We talk about that emotional maturity that's required for you to be bigger than the moment and being present in the moment. You cannot let the moment be too big. That's the Mr. Go 30 is the joke is the moment was too big because you got somewhere and the business was too big for you for what you were able to process. And some of that last night was simple. Like, young man, you're 22 years old. Simply be present and tell the truth. I don't like the result. It's okay to say I don't like the result. It's not okay to pout about it. It's not okay to throw a tantrum in public. And I get saying, well, we were dominant most of the series. No, that is a full on misrepresentation. Nobody cares how many minutes of a series or a game you're ahead. It's what the final score is. And your ability to just say, you know what? The Knicks were better than us. Right? Right now they're ahead of us. And that's okay. They're the only team that can say they're ahead of you. Yeah. Like, just say, you know what? Thought we could win, thought we would win. We'll get back to work. Like, and that's not coach speak or player speak. It's being a grown-up. Yeah. Like, that's being a grown-up. This ain't personal. That loss, listen, sir, Jordan went through it. You think, that was easy? No. You think that anytime the player goes through this thing, like the difference, simply for Wembanyama, the difference between him and Magic had Kareem. He had the captain. Like, he had some dudes next to him. Wembanyama doesn't have an all-time leading scorer. He is the all-time leading scorer. So now he needs to go get another guy to run with. And you have time and everything's in place. But don't just throw the baby out with the bathwater. Don't taint an honorable performance by pouting. Like, it just wasn't necessary. I do want to say this. I said early on, semifinals, NBA semifinals. I said the most interesting thing about the semifinals to me was Danhausen. And that bothered me as a basketball truist, a basketball fan. It bothered me, but I understood it. I understood it because he's captured the moment. He is a part of the moment, and I'm proud of that, and I'm happy for him. Right? He's been in the WWE just over 100 days. And somehow he's in the space that we're talking about, a Macy's Day Parade, an NBA Finals championship ring, all of that, right? That his merch is the top selling in all of the WWE. That's crazy. That's above Roman Reigns. That's above Obafemi. That was it's over Cena. It's over everybody. The Danhausen has done that, and now it's been included in the NBA sales, and the WWE now have a Knicks Danhausen T-shirt that they're selling. Bravo to all of it. But to celebrate that, I had a buddy get busy.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, yeah. He delivered the Danhausen, the signed Danhausen mask. So awesome. Yeah, that gets framed and goes on. Yeah. Right? Pretty cool deal along the way. So not bad. Shout out to the Knicks and the Knicks fans. Spurs fans, again, if we ask you 6 months ago if you're okay with getting to the NBA Finals, every Spurs fan would say yes. So accept the win. As the meme says, a win's a win. Accept the wins and get back to work. We'll go to break, close out the breeze, and then set you up ties in the building as well. It's going to be a full Sunday here on 92.7 The Ticket.
93.7 The Ticket is Lincoln's home for Kansas City Royals baseball in 2026. Catch all the action as Bobby Witt Jr., Salvador Perez, Vinny Pasquantino, and a pitching rotation led by Cole Reagans try to lead the Royals back to the postseason. That's Kansas City Royals baseball all summer long on the air in Lincoln at 93.7 The Ticket.
Sandhills Global is growing right here in Lincoln. With our expanding campus and continued growth, we're hiring across a wide range of careers, from interns to experienced professionals. Join the team at Sandhills Global and build your career with competitive pay, great benefits, and real opportunities to grow. Visit sandhills.jobs to view openings and apply today. That's sandhills.jobs.
Hey everyone, this is Austin Orman from Old School with Foreman and Orman, live from 1040 O Street in the heart of downtown Lincoln, weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. My favorite thing about downtown Lincoln has to be the year-round energy. Downtown Lincoln never stops. It's easy to get to, has everything you could need or want in dining, entertainment, and retail, and of course it has Lincoln's best sports talk, proudly located in downtown Lincoln on the corner of 11th and O.
This message is brought to you by the Downtown Lincoln Association and 93.7 The Ticket.
This summer, as the world watches the pitch, Raising Cane's is serving up the best matches all tournament long, like chicken fingers and cane sauce, crinkle cut fries and cane sauce, Texas toast and cane sauce, coleslaw and cane sauce. Okay, maybe skip that match. No matter who you're rooting for this summer, kick it with Canes for the games. One love.
What does it mean to be rich? Maybe it's less about reaching a magic number and more about discovering the magic in life. I'm Ryan Buck, your Lincoln, Nebraska Edward Jones financial advisor. Count on me for your financial strategies that can help support a life you love. Because the key to being rich is knowing what counts. Contact me today at 402-483-0377. Again, that's 402-483-0377. And let's find you rich. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Green's Furnace and Plumbing has been servicing the southeast Nebraska area since 1921, specializing in HVAC systems, bathroom remodels, duct cleaning, backflow testing, and so much more. With a network of trained technicians ready to assist you, Green's Furnace and Plumbing is your source for dedicated commercial HVAC service for your business, building, or even your home, so it can run without all those unwanted interruptions. Learn more by visiting their website at callgreens.com or give them a call at 402-467-4444 today.
Lincoln's go-to for fun isn't new. It's a place that's been a staple of the city for years and is only getting better. Matson's Bowling and Billiards always has open bowling available with no long lines, unlike other centers. They have live music almost every weekend and great food at EJ's Bar and Lounge, with seating for 150 people. They have popular meals like the EJ Burger, pizza for the whole family, and famous EJ's Wings. Contact Sarah to book a party for friends, coworkers, or family at Matson's Bowling and Billiards, just south of 48th and Holdridge.
Lincoln is full of great golf courses in a state that is getting national recognition for exceptional golf. Friend Country Club is worth the drive, just 40 minutes from Lincoln and home to one of the state's most respected 9-hole courses. Enjoy their restaurant with popular items like a 14-ounce ribeye, 10-ounce sirloin, or chicken fried steak. Open Thursday through Saturday from 5:30 to 10 p.m. Expand your horizons with a trip to Friend Country Club, just 40 minutes southwest of Lincoln. It's worth a visit. Are you looking for a fresh new hangout spot? Let me tell you about Liquid Assets Sports Bar, where Mondays mean new weekly drink and food features. With 23 taps, a full lineup of cans and bottles, and 40 TVs blasting every sports package out there, you'll never worry about missing a play. Savor high-end spirits at their stylish top-shelf bar, enjoy a healthy menu, family-friendly atmosphere, and catch all of your favorite teams every day. Doors open daily at 11 a.m. Liquid Assets Sports Bar, located at 2755 Jamie Lane in South Lincoln.
This summer, Salt Dogs fans are making history at Haymarket Park. We're celebrating 25 seasons of grit, grins, heart, and hometown pride. Lincoln, you built this stadium. You named this team. And season after season, it's you, the fans, that keep us coming back for more. So let our thank you be our promise. The best is yet to come. Your local tradition plays on. Get your tickets at saltdogs.com.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
You're listening to The Breeze with DP and Haas on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is fight day in D.C. UFC Freedom 250 at the White House. Fingers crossed, because the weather is supposed to be a problem. There is a 60% chance of thunderstorm right at 7 o'clock. Right at 7 o'clock. And let me tell you, there's a sidebar to this, that this is Washington, D.C. People jokingly call it the swamp politically. It was built on a swamp. Hate to tell you, built on a swamp. There are some steroid mosquitoes and gnats waiting for them outdoors in D.C. And if it's going to rain, the humidity is going to go up, and so are they. And then, hey, let's put every great, sexy, bright light that gnats and mosquitoes like, put that in one place. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yeah, I was like, oh, no. And you can't wear bug spray in the UFC.
Yeah.
Can't do it. Can't do it. Nope, sure can't. So you're gonna be swamp sweaty.
Does not sound fun.
Grappling.
Yeah.
Grappling.
Trying not to get hit in the face at the same time. Yeah, it's
Try not to bite a bug.
Yep.
It's tough, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough. My friends are they went to they tried to go to the event Friday, and it got rain delayed, and they weren't real happy about that either. But I said, what did you expect? You're from there. You are from there. You fully understand. Right? Yeah, humidity at 64%. Oh man. So they could get this in. So now updated report, 40% isolated thunderstorms at 8 o'clock. And then 60%, 9 o'clock. 40%, 10 o'clock. Oh boy. Fingers crossed.
I had seen something. I'm not too sure how more developed this got, but if it does rain, I'm assuming it's just going to keep going on as long as there's no lightning or thunder. Is that the plan?
If it's thunder, you can.
Yeah. But just rain, they'll probably go.
Well, I don't know, because apparently all rules have been thrown out the window. I don't know. Normally there's an athletic commission. So as a coach, somebody who's coached there, they would not, none of the high school commissions would allow activities to take place if lightning was present. But you're putting humans in a conductor space with more metal than's ever been outdoors. And, oh, by the way, that ground is slanted. It's a slope, bruh. Like, I want to say like a 20-degree slope. Oh, wow. So they've tried to balance it, right? Like put extra leverage on it.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So have fun watching today is what I would tell you. That's what I would tell you. Just fingers crossed. Hopefully it gets out there. Again, a pretty good day in Omaha ahead with, Troy and Ole Miss first pitch coming up, and then West Virginia and North Carolina later this evening as well. And then we will be broadcasting. Early break will be here. The drive will be here. And then starting with DP one-on-one, we will be in Omaha until 6 p.m. tomorrow. So it's going to be a full deal. Don't go anywhere. We got a whole day of sports talk here on the ticket coming up next. Don't go anywhere. We appreciate you hanging out on a Sunday.
This summer, as the world watches the pitch, Raising Cane's is serving up the best matches all tournament long, like chicken fingers and cane sauce. No matter who you're rooting for this summer, pick it with Canes for the games. One love.
Hey, Nebraska sports fans. This summer, professional tennis returns to Lincoln. Watch rising stars of the ATP Tour compete for over $100,000 in prize money for the 2026 Lincoln Challenger from July 12th to the 19th at the Sid and Hazel Dillon Tennis Center. Witness top tennis pros compete right here in Lincoln and experience tennis close up like